Okay, microphone. Before we start, please just state your name and who you work for. Thank you. Yep.
We must share a microphone. Gareth, John Cross, Daily Mirror. What did you make? What did you make of the performance and the win?
Pleased with some aspects of it. We obviously gave three full debuts and opportunity to some players that we wanted to see. I think that also kept the motivation of the team high. There were enough players with a point to prove. So in many aspects we moved the ball quite well. I was very pleased with Harry Winks in that respect. I thought for me, one of the big things when you play for England isn't necessarily the opposition, it's whether you can handle wearing an England shirt, and I thought he did that in a really accomplished way. Looked confident, looked composed, tried to play forward when he could. So that was a real positive. We just lacked a bit of quality around the final third, and it's been a familiar theme in this qualifying campaign, really. The challenge is you play a packed defence, even at 1-0 down, they don't come out anymore. We have to find a way to combat that. So today, again, we didn't manage that. I think it was the right thing to look at the front three that we did, and I think those three and the likes of Sterling, Lallana, Lingard, Vardy, we've got some good attacking players. I feel we will score goals. The challenges as we go forward will be different. The style of the games will be different. We'll be tested a lot more in terms of how we defend. But the sort of deep pack defences, there'll be a little bit more space to play, although we're going to have to play against better quality defenders as well, so it's not going to be straightforward.
Gareth, Matt Lawton, Daily Mirror. Do you think the kind of local leisure centre feeling to this tonight undermined the ability of the players to actually get up for this game, right? Because open-sided, no stand at one end. Do you think it kind of dulled the incentive for the players?
I think you have to accept when you're in a World Cup qualifying campaign, part of the challenge is to be able to perform in many different environments, and obviously an artificial pitch, it does change the game a bit. You end up playing a lot more to feet, and balls that you try to play in behind run on and skid on, so it definitely changes the style of the game. Look, I think I was my biggest thing was today, we've already qualified, but we want to improve performance, we want to look at different things, and I couldn't fault the mentality of the players or the application. I think at times our quality, it was a surface where when you get into the final third, when you were trying to run and take people on, ball sticks under your feet a little bit. It was better when we were giving goes and moving it, trying to pass it. So, it's, as I say, a recurring theme really. We've not been able to break down that packed defence, but I'm pleased I looked at the players I looked at. I think the change of system is a starting point for what we need to do, and we'll get better at that. At the beginning we had too many players dropping deep to receive the ball. When our midfield started to receive a bit higher, we were able to connect a bit better, but very, very little space to play.
Gareth, Simon Peach from the Press Association. You've spoken about patience and realism in the build-up, and okay, there was a bit of gallows humour in the second half when our fans were chanting about Brazil, but they did support your side and they stuck with your side. Is that the kind of thing, the kind of support that's going to be vital for England?
I thought the support was fantastic, and we've made a point of going over to the fans at the end of games, and I thought it was nice that their acknowledgement to I go back to the players in this group have given everything they've got. I can't fault their application, and they have qualified the country for a World Cup, and I thought it was a nice moment. There was a bit of bonding at the end, that there was an appreciation for that, and I think we were very appreciative that the supporters were as they were today. I think they recognised today was a very young side, I think 24 average age, so I think because of that lots for me to go away and think about, because there were individual performances that I wanted to see, and it was a good opportunity in this game to do it.
I guess another one then. How do you reflect on the week as a whole?
Well, look, we've just said as a group of coaches, we've won 2 matches, and both of them we've come away a little bit flat, because today, on the back of the other night, we want to score a load of goals, and in the end, when you don't score a load of goals, then you understand the reaction. But I've got to look at the personnel I picked, the change to the system that we made, which we only had a couple of days to work at, but we thought better to implement that now, so that we're ahead of the game in November, and they're the things we've got to look at. For me, the qualification was done, and it's the change of system now, the implementation of that, looking at the players that can take us forward. There's some, I would imagine, some tougher selection decisions next month when we've got people coming back, and in certain areas of the pitch, real competition for places. I think Jack Butland has shown that today as well. So that's what we want all over the field.
Just on Harry Kane, Gareth. I mean, I know it's a penalty tonight, but his stats are absolutely incredible now. I mean, just how highly do you rate him? Can you go on to see him being an England great? Because I mean, he's 15 in 10 now.
Yeah,
it's fabulous.
It's a fantastic record, and his finishing quality is top. As good as anybody I've played with or worked with. So I'm never in any doubt when he has a good opportunity that it's going to be on target, and that there's a fair chance he scores. We're fortunate to have him. So, but I also think that the likes of Rashford at 19 just needs a bit more time to come to the fore.
And without wishing to drive you mad on this theme, he scores every time he's captain. Does that tell you anything, Gareth?
Well, look, I couldn't be happier with the way he's led, both in terms of leading by example on the pitch, his performances, but also as he is with the group. So I know everybody wants me to get a shift on, but again, I want to give myself time, because what else would you write for the next couple of months if I didn't?
Gareth, Matt Dunn, Daily Express. Is confidence an issue for these performances? And with such difficult matches to come in the next few months, is there something to be said perhaps playing an easier game directly before the finals to give your strikers a chance to hit the back of the net a few times?
Yeah, I don't think confidence an issue today. I think you had players that had an opportunity, and we didn't miss a shed load of chances. We didn't create enough clear-cut chances for them. So I don't think Rashford, Ali, Kane are short of confidence in any way. I think they'll score enough goals. We've got to make sure that what's around those types of players is solid, secure, that we create a few more chances than we did today. And in terms of the quality of the opposition that we face, well, I think we've got to test ourselves against the best, because our defenders have to have a different sort of challenge. They've got to be able to play out under more pressure, but also defend against top strikers, and that's got to be part of their learning journey. If we're going to go with young players, which generally speaking we are, they've got how are they going to improve if we don't play against the very best? So that they need to understand the level, which I think they do, and we need to put them into those sorts of situations.
Okay, thank you. That's it for TV. We'll do written briefing at the front here of the English papers. Okay, thank you.